This is.
Brock and I are.
Ladies, man, what the fuck?
Someone left their baby.
Go, Team Venture!
So, hi, welcome to Binge Buddies. 9 Nights with Freddy. I'm your host, as always, Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this. Zombie Dog. Oh, no, it's just one. Okay, Jump High Garden Tools Set. Jump High 10 pieces gardening tools with purple case. Dykes.
I like the purple case.
That's all I got.
What? This seems like a compilation. That's kind of cheating. You're talking about multiple pieces.
I searched essential gardening tools, and that's the #1 hit. Jump High Gardening Tool Set, comma, Jump High 10 pieces gardening tools with purple kit.
Okay, Jump High Gardening.
I mean, the purple
set.
case just makes it essential.
You can tell that's an Amazon listing by the epically long name.
Yeah, and the fact that they named the product this twice in the actual product title.
It's a very Amazon move.
This looks like the kind of stuff that you buy at Target and they would snap after a couple times of use.
Oh yeah, that's like a white elephant gift if I've ever seen one. Like, oh, gardening tools.
in December.
Yeah, in December, of course. Well, I mean, I'm in California. We use gardening tools year round.
I mean,
we also have Joel.
Hold on. Have weather.
We have weather. It's just one. We have one weather. We have Joel Fiskar's gardening tool set. That's #2. Just Fiskar's gardening tool set.
They're probably higher quality. Like
it's 2 hand shovels and like one of those little like hand rakes you use like when you're planting flowers.
All right,
They're made in the same factory, just different stickers stuck on them.
I mean,
that's a litter box tool set if I ever heard of one.
They don't look like the best tools, but you know, I was determined to find the best tools. I said essential, and it came up right away. Those two, and Matt's is 15% off right now due to the holidays. So you know, get on that shit if you want a bunch of purple flowery tools. Which
it's like those set of
essential
screwdrivers.
And best are two different things as well.
It's all good stuff. That's what's important. It's just all high quality stuff. Do you remember when you could get good stuff on Amazon? Like, it wasn't that long ago, right? Like, you'd find something, it'd show up, and it wasn't like it came from Wish.com. Like,
yeah, it wasn't like a power cable that you plugged in and it blew your house up.
Yeah, it's like, I want a USB A cable. It's like, oh, you sure? Here's a C. It's like, all right, well, C's better, but it's not what I need. It's like, it's what we have. Thanks.
And if you plug it into your computer, you will fry your computer. Most
likely. Or you'll just download a virus. By the way, all of them come with viruses.
This cable comes with a virus.
USB-C. No, weirdly enough, it mines crypto on your computer.
Perfect. Crypto's the way of the future, says our government. So, you know, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's name everything after a shitcoin like Doge. That's great.
It's great. Everything's great.
I mean, it went really well for the Hawk Tour. Hawk Tour, or whatever.
Is she still a thing?
Yeah.
She released a cryptocurrency and then just tanked it and then made off with like $2 million or something.
Oh, that's just great.
Go figure. When you have a lawless currency, it's ripe with easy pump and dump schemes.
Yeah, my thing I'm always going to have problems with is if crypto's the way of the future, why does everybody convert it back to dollars? It doesn't make sense to me. Someone who knows crypto, explain that to me in a way that doesn't make me seem like... explain to me like a 5-year-old why you need American dollars to make crypto worth it. Just
also, why is it like one crypto is worth the equivalent of like, what, 40,000 or something at the moment? Like, how do you break that? Can you break a 1 for me, please? Like, you know, I just want to buy this pack of gum. Can you break this 1 crypto coin?
It doesn't compute. I get it. I get that it makes sense. It makes the people a lot of money. I get that much. It doesn't make sense to me. But you know,
if
great.
we release our own Bitcoin, would it be Binge Coin or Buddy Coin?
Ooh.
Buddy Bucks.
Buddy Bucks.
There. Okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
Buddy Bucks. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know how to do that, but great. Get on it. Matt, leave your lungs in your body.
They want to come out. They need some fresh air.
Let's get started. We're here to talk about something. This isn't after the hype where we just kind of meander and talk around things. We actually have a goal today to talk about the most covered film in the After the Hype Network's history, which is really weird to say. I would have thought it'd been Terminator 2 or one of the other Jason movies, but no, it's Freddy vs. Jason. Everyone's favorite team-up movie. If you look at the history of film, there's a very rather valid argument that without Freddy vs. Jason, we don't have the Avengers, which I think is awesome. Lots of good stuff about this movie. The bad stuff about this movie is that I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. I can basically memorize it. It's barely even a movie anymore. It's basically just a long collection of scenes that I mostly enjoy, but it's still just like, okay, I could basically like make a whole apple pie with this thing in the background and feel like I watched the whole thing. I can just visualize the whole thing. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it just means that today's episode might be a little bit shorter than normal because we've covered this. So we actually even covered this very film about a year ago when we were doing the Jason films. And I think Matt's just using his notes from that watch.
Yeah, pretty much. I added one extra note, and it's
What
about
was it?
Hypnosil. It's
Oh,
basically lots of references to Hypnosil I didn't pick up on before.
Yeah, that was kind of the nice thing of like, oh yeah, like the Hypnosil wasn't just made up for this movie like Jason's water fear bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Which bothers me more every time I watch it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like,
Every
when I
time
was-
it comes up, I'm like, he's not afraid of water. We watched him swim out and kill people in the water multiple times.
multiple times. Like the only reason he's at the bottom of the lake is because he was in the middle of swimming out to a boat to try to kill Tommy Jarvis. Like,
Yeah, he's not afraid of the water. He's just got an anchor wrapped around him.
yeah, he is one with the water. He is
Yeah.
the way of water.
If anything, he's probably going to fear it less because he's been able to be submerged at the bottom of the water for like a decade and still come out swinging.
Yeah.
Jaws with a mask. Yeah.
There you go, Jaws with a mask.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those shitty things of like, well, Freddy has his weakness of fire, which also not really a weakness, kind of wears it with pride.
I was just saying, not only that, but they try to make it seem like fear. But earlier in the movie, he's around a lot of fire and seems unfazed entirely.
Yeah.
So consistency.
A lot of stuff just doesn't fully work. I can see the seams in the movie a lot more when you've seen it this many times. It's like, does it keep you from having a good time? Yes or no. If it does, all right, then you're done. But if not, like, all right, then it is what it is. And I Freddy vs. Jason will always hold like a kind of warm place in my heart. I do enjoy the movie. It's very dated. A lot of the jokes and some language is like, woo.
Yep.
It's oh yeah, this was a product of the 2000s. There you go. But I always remember this movie fondly. I saw it 3 times in theaters. The third time, I took a girl and I asked her to homecoming afterwards, and it looked like she was about to throw up on me just at the very thought of going to a dance with me, which is great. She was my best friend at the time. Thanks a lot, Aaron, if you're watching this. It was great.
I like this new phase of just calling out people we know.
I do too. It's been going well for me, hasn't it? It's basically just jokes for Joel.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I am.
Yeah. But yeah, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the rewatch. I will say, now that we are, how many movies in deep are we? Would this be 8? Would this be part 8 for Freddy?
Yeah.
This is, we were kind of saying it when we covered it for the Jason franchise. Now covering for Freddy's, this is a Freddy movie. Like, this isn't even close to a Jason movie beyond the fact that Jason is in it. It is just a full-blown Nightmare on Elm Street film, except this time his gimmick to get back in the world is to bring Jason along with him. Any disagreements there? Do you guys think it was a balance? I know we were kind of leaning this way already, but...
No, I think you're right, but I also think that's how it should be. Like, I think the template, the format they got works well. And they even give you that initial montage. I remember watching it first. It was like, okay, it's nice to get a little bit of an idea of what we're working with for Freddy. And then this time it's with the knowledge that we have from watching this series. It's a nice little reminder of, oh yeah, there were times where he didn't suck. Cool.
Yeah.
And they left the shitty ones out of the
flashbacks.
montage. Like 5 and 6 were not in the montage. Like Chew and I watched it twice. We're like, all right, there's 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1. Like, so we get it. 3's the good one.
2 and 4 was still in it though, so you know.
They were there. There's 2 shots at 2, and then 4 was in it very little, but it was in there. People like 4. I'm the odd man out on that one. I'm not a fan of 4.
Not on this podcast, you're not.
Oh yeah, Ryan's not here today, so we're in agreement. We all just had a little cough break. That was nice. It was gonna sound wonderful. I apologize in advance. All right, let's do our new tradition of getting YouTube to demonetize our videos. But I like it. I'm gonna watch a trailer again. This is the original trailer. It's 1:13, not very long. And yeah, I have not watched it. I don't remember it at all. So all I did was pull it up and prep it, and let's see how it goes.
Is this going to be like the teaser trailer from 3 that we watched, where it was just like a bicycle going around on its own and the jump rope song?
There's a very real possibility that's all this is. I'm guessing it's going to be something more in the like of like, here's some Jason stuff, here's some Freddy stuff, here's Monica Keenan going, place your bets, and that'll be about it. But let's see. Here we go. We'll find out in the next 1:13.
Do we get trailer voice? That's the real question.
In 1980, Fear was born. Michael might have something to say with that. The nightmare began. Again, Michael Myers would have a lot to say about all this, although he doesn't talk much. So what do I know?
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.
Right, there's Freddy, yeah. Face.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Punchy. Yep.
We're not safe awake or asleep.
Oh man, listen to that 2000s music.
I know. I'm just thinking that this is very early 2000s trailer.
This in Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, this is very
Text flash
Resident
on the
Evil.
screen. Text flash on the screen.
Freddy versus Jason.
Place your bets.
There it is. I knew Place Your Bets was coming.
It wasn't in the film though, was it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I've seen this film like
I gotta say,
4 times or something now, and I don't remember ever hearing "Place Your Bets."
at least 3 times with me. So if you've seen it once before that, then there you go. There's your 4. But no, it's not in there. Although I gotta say, that's out of the trailers we've watched, I think that's the best one so far. Like, it's very 2000s, so it's very, campy. But that does a better job. Like, this is gonna be your movie. This is Jason. This is Freddy. Look at them fight, and they're gonna fuck up some teenagers while they're at it.
And
It's very. Oh, look, guys! We've got this new thing called a computer that we can edit with. Look at how short we can make the cuts. It's very. That's what that trailer is.
But
to
that
me.
is very 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
and you were calling out the whole like the flash text.
Yep.
That's still very there. But that would like, it's a fun trailer. Like, it doesn't give you anything of the story. It doesn't say why they're gonna be fighting. It's just like, look, we did it. We pulled it off. We said it was coming since Jason 9, and it's finally here. Fight.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like nobody goes into this film really giving a shit about why they're fighting. We just want to watch them fight.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
And we got a couple versus movies after this. Or I guess maybe just one. Like, this came out, and then we got Alien vs. Predator. Because, like, this was like, all right, if people want to see people versus, we've all been waiting for Alien vs. Predator forever, so we're going to shove that out the door right now. It doesn't have to be good, does it? Because here it comes.
Does it have to be good? Nah, it's fine. Okay, great. We got this guy called Paul W.S. Anderson to direct it. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
we are fans of Paul W. Anderson on this podcast. We don't even
That
bad
is-
about him.
We like some of his films, but not because they're quality films.
Fair. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Alien
a lot
vs. Predator is the only Alien movie I've seen.
Just let that hang.
Jesus Christ.
And I think I
I
saw it
don't
in
know if I can
theaters,
be
too.
friends with you now.
That means I was there for it, probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a tag along for.
Yeah. There's better ones.
I've
And
heard.
there's some really good ones. I mean, Alien vs. Predator is in our, like, our future of this show at some point. It's not next or next because we have those both planned. But after that, it might be. And we're gonna do Alien and Predator in one combined show, so that should be fun. Ping pong back and forth, and then eventually we'll be doing like, what was it, Prey, and then we have Alien Romulus. Like we got some new stuff too. So like that one's a good long show. We'll get to it. We're avoiding talking Freddy vs. Jason at this point. And I should stop that. So
I do have to say something about my rewatch this time.
Yes,
I had a very fun experience with this because as I was watching the bit with the 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
yes.
You know why he sings that, right? Because then it means
That's when it comes for you.
Charlotta sat down at that point.
Oh no.
And she was just like, she just kind of like looked at the screen and was like, did he just what? I was like, yeah. It's like, and you like these films? And I said, not because of the writing. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
right. I'm going out. See you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
mean,
was her experience of this film.
That's not a unfair hit. I agree that is the worst line in a movie filled with some pretty bad lines. But
I think it's reached that point though where it's so bad, it's just so funny as a joke though. Like
I just love it. It's
this is meant as a party. It's not meant as a real horror movie.
No.
And so with that state in mind, you're there for the action and the funny, whether it's intentional or not. So
yeah.
no, it doesn't bother me.
No, and like it's a dumb line. Like even when I got to the line, like when it's coming up, my note is, "Oh boy, here we go." It's like because the delivery, even the actor doing it, I forget his name. I know I have IMDb up. It's going to crash my computer when I open it. Even the guy delivering the line, you can tell he's not feeling it. It's like, you know why he thinks that? It's when he comes for you. It's like, Ronnie, can we take another shot of this, please?
Straight after he says that, it's like, really? That's the line? Really?
Yeah,
You couldn't have come up with something better? Alright, fine.
And I gotta say, even on this rewatch, the thing I complained about, I think the most last time we covered this on this show, still bothered me again. When Will and Mark are going through the obituaries and finding all the blacked out obituaries as the parents have like tried to erase Freddy from their history, and he gets to like June 19th. That's the day my brother died. Why is the obituary not here? I'm still just like, fuck, look at the 20th. Look at the 20th. You don't print obituaries the day you die. It still bothers the shit out of me.
The newspaper, like, people are like, wait, we've got to hold the presses. A teenager just died. We need to put his obituary in right now.
Don't question why his parents have already written his obituary. It's weird, but we're running with it. Like, it's always bothered me.
Especially when he died in suspicious circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just estate planning. You get your will in order, make sure you got life insurance, and then write your kids' obituaries preemptively.
Yeah, it's what every good lawyer would recommend you do.
Yeah,
you write their obituaries preemptively, including their manner of death.
Yep, perfect. I now understand why he was so upset that he couldn't find his brother's obituary. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah. So revisiting this, I'm still, like we said at the top of this, I'm actually kind of more into this movie a little bit. It rose in my ranks, kind of just in general, having come at it from that Freddy point of view, and thinking about it, like we've seen Freddy's ridiculous plans to get back into like the world, like Dream Child and Dream Master, like these very stupid things of like, all right, what bullshit excuse are we bringing for him to come back this time? This is my favorite plan of his. Now, I am very biased. I like Jason movies, but I still think, looking at it, having known Freddy's history, it does kind of make it a more fun Freddy movie of like, nothing's worked. They keep beating me. I'm just going to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Let's bring Jason Voorhees in the mix. And it's like, yeah, I kind of like this.
I think we said last time we covered it that it's more of a Freddy film than a Jason film. Yeah. And now having the context of seeing everything that's come before it, it does kind of help the enjoyment a little bit more, because there's things like, I know what they're referencing there now. Oh, I understand that, and it just kind of it does improve the experience. I think, like if you have the the understanding of like what came before on Freddy and Jason. But at the same time, it still isn't. I wouldn't say it's an equal Freddy and Jason film. It is just a Freddy film with Jason in it.
Yeah. Jason is the dream child in this thing. He is the MacGuffin
Yeah.
in this movie that got him to come back.
It's
All
like
right,
A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 8, guest starring Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
But no, I like the conceit of him being weakened because people stop believing in him, but then he baits Jason into causing terror and working through him to reignite people's memory of him. I think the conceit works really well.
It does. And then, it kind of feeds that, major complaint we've had for Freddy across this entire franchise of his kill count is exceedingly low. This is the highest kill count of any of his movies, far and away, and he kills one person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and
none of his films have high kill counts. So the high kill count comes from Jason.
And Jason kills a lot. This is a high kill count for Jason. In his own movies, this is one of the higher ones. Especially because
the sort of the party in the field sequence as well. He just goes he does a better job of swiping his machete around at that party than Freddy did with his little finger blades at the pool party.
Well, of course he did. Freddy has little finger blades. I've already mentioned this before. It's a terrible murder weapon. Yes, it looks cool, but it's a terrible murder. You have to have the strongest fingers known to man for that to actually be a somewhat threatening, not just going to scratch me a few times weapon. Jason has this huge machete. Now, I do have complaints. Again, I don't think the filmmakers were big Jason fans because the whole him unsheathing his machete when he's on fire. I'm like, Jason would sheath this. He doesn't put shit away. When he's done, he just drops it.
I don't think of Jason having a sheath.
No,
I just always think it's a fits to his hand.
But this is also the most he uses a machete out of his entire career. This movie kind of gave people the wrong idea that Jason is akin to his machete. It's nah, he used one the most commonly, but it's not his number one weapon. In fact, if it wasn't for this movie, I don't know if it would still have the kill count that it does in his repertoire of weapons.
Yeah, and it's it's one of those things with the machete as a weapon. His primary hunting ground is a camp. What's a camp gonna have? As a tool lying around, a machete. It's just he doesn't choose to use a machete. He chooses to use whatever's available. And there's he uses machetes. He uses
a fucking party horn.
He uses a party horn. He uses a giant blade on a stick.
Whatever that is.
Blade on a stick thing. Yeah, whatever that's used for, trimming the hedge from far away.
Why wasn't that on our list of tools?
I should have done just Jason killing tools. That would have been smart. My bad. My bad.
But if I remember right, that was one of our biggest grievances when we first watched this, is that it was so machete heavy that we didn't get as many creative kills as we did before. But I guess I have enough bloodlust from waiting for something to happen that it's this is cool. I'm glad to be back in this.
It did make me realize, and again, I feel bad that Ryan's not here this week, both because we just had a schedule around him. Sorry, I hope you're having a great time where you're at, but also because I know he's a much bigger Freddy fan, and even he's not the biggest Freddy fan, but he's bigger than the three of us. But there is just something about turning this on when I first heard the. I'm like, this is more my speed for horror films. This is kind of more of where I want to be, and then just seeing Jason show up and just start murking people. I'm like, I missed this. I'm enjoying Freddy, but I miss Jason. This is
I like the way they merged the themes together in that
was cool
bit as well. It was really good.
That's pretty good.
It is that was I appreciated that quite a lot. And of course, he does kill a lot with machete, but also he does kill with bed. And
he does kill with bed.
Bed is an amazing weapon that he uses in this film.
That is probably my favorite sequence in this movie because I hate that guy so much. Bed.
Oh my god!
Twice. He just sucks. He sucks so bad, and then to see him just get so overstabbed. And even I'm watching this. My wife hasn't watched it in a while, but since I was watching it when she was at home, it's he doesn't usually stab that much. He's more of a one and done guy. I'm like, you're right. That's mostly because the MPAA cut out all the follow-up stabs in all of his movies, but he did kind of give him that reputation of being a one and done guy. He's a little stabby, but wait for it, because she had forgotten the bed. I'm like, there's your one. He was loosening up the middle. He was tenderizing the middle so that it would bend easier.
Being bent
Yeah.
the wrong way will never not be unsettling to me.
Yeah.
And he loves that. So many times. He just likes to bend people up into a pretzel and leave it as a surprise for somebody.
And the sound design is so good as well. Like when you hear that sort of like
Oh yeah,
of the bones snapping.
just
it's
the
just,
dude's face that.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like.
Yep.
But the great thing is, like, they make him such a huge douchebag that you're cheering it on
Oh, yeah.
so badly. Like, you're just like, yeah, kill him again, kill him more, stab him more, yeah, fold the bed on him, yeah.
There's a very good setup, and the actor, I don't have his name in front of me, but he did exactly what he needed to do to make that. Oh yeah, let's watch this guy die. He was kind of like the asshole in the remake of Friday the 13th, the stupendous nipples guy.
Oh yeah, the nipple placement is exceptional, dude.
Yeah, like he was such a douche that by the time he's dying, it's like get him, Jason.
Yeah.
But the guy in this did that entire movie's worth of work in like 2 scenes. Like the guy's barely in the movie, and you hate him so much. Well done, sir. Well done. You did an excellent job. I really hope you're not like your character at all.
I'm gonna say I really hope it's just one of the cases of like he was acting, or was it just like, oh, God, this guy's such a douchebag. Oh, I know what we'll do.
But then moving forward, we have this this concept thing that happens in the earlier Freddy movies, and then they kind of dropped it after a while, and I missed it. Of the kids learning they can't go to sleep and finding out that like sleep itself is the enemy, and seeing that come back in this movie was actually kind of refreshing. Like we haven't really had that in a while. Even like the new Nightmare, that wasn't really there. Like it was there to a degree, but it wasn't like this again. We're like whatever you can to stay awake, and I kind of enjoyed seeing that come back and seeing that like panic of like once we fall asleep, we're on our own and we're fucked.
That's been a big piece that's missing throughout a good 2/3 of the series now.
Yeah,
it's like they completely forgot what made Nightmare on Elm Street a compellingly scary movie. Now I don't find this movie scary because that's not the point of this movie, but it for as much of an identity as this series has had, it is such an omission and a departure from what makes it great, and so it is nice to see it come back here.
The other thing that really comes
these
back,
ones have been scary since like even the original one. Like because I don't like the third one is fantastic, but I don't really think the third one's scary though.
I mean, I think
Like,
for
that's
its
more
time,
about creativity.
not tempo or like the tension's there. I agree, it's not scary. It's more horrifying. Like you have that by his tendrils or his tendons on his hand. It's like that's not scary, but that's kind of terrifying, and
like
even it's painful, and you feel it.
The girl suspended from the floor, like with her head in the TV. Like, no, I wasn't scared when that scene happened, but the visual is rough, man. Like, I buy like a ton of shirts on this website, Cult of Cults. I love it, and they have one for Freddy 3, and it's the girl like with her head in the TV. I'm like, I can't wear that. That's, it's just, I'd love to, but that's just too much. But this one I actually thought was nice because we got back to like legitimate nightmare kills. The line of do you have to be asleep for Freddy to get to you really gets blurry. It's like you could be asleep, you could just be really fucking high, and he'll get you. Like it's, but I'm okay with it. Like when you get to like still the CGI does not hold up. It didn't hold up when it came out, but when we get to, like the caterpillar with the hookah, like this is we're getting back to like legit nightmare fuel. It's not scary, but it's still more of a nightmare than we've had in a very long time. Of this like very Freddy style nightmare. This is something that you're into, that you like, with a very gross bend to it, and it's going to eventually kill you. And then that's, I mean, the shot of it going into his mouth, Freebird's mouth, is still awful. It was awful then, it's awful now, but it does its purpose. And
the
then we
problem
get
with that shot is because it's such a big thing. You can see them like manipulating the size of the guy's mouth to fit it in as well, rather than thinking like, well, let's make the creature condense itself down, let's make his like so to the point where by the time it was finished, like the guy's mouth should be like 2 feet wide or something, just because of like how much it stretches at one point. And it is that kind of, like you said, the CGI is really rough, but it's because I feel like with that they're kind of referencing the caterpillar from 3.
Yeah, that's what I was going
Caterpillar
for. Yeah.
from 3 it's a practical effect, and
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, they do stuff with lighting to make it look more terrifying. Whereas with this one, it doesn't feel really terrifying. It's just like, oh look, a CGI creature.
But again,
look, a bad CGI creature as well.
To what Joel's been saying, I don't think it's supposed to be terrifying. I think we're supposed to look at him like, oh, kind of like Alice in Wonderland, you know, Falling a Dream, Dreamland. Like, okay, I get it. Like, it's not. Nothing here is meant to scare you. Maybe making me go ooky, but like, the kills are not overly violent. Even like the ones that are violent, like the bed kill, like they're not that bad in the grand scheme of like horror movies. Like, nothing. This is exactly what we said it was. It's a party. And are you into the party or not? And by and large, I think most of us are into the party. This movie even has one of the better final girls of the entirety of the Freddy movies. I don't mind Laurie. I mean, her scream is very annoying. She has like I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very annoying, like when she starts yelling, like, it's just kind of an odd scream. But she's resourceful. She has ideas. She doesn't run away. She actually wants to stay and make sure that Freddy dies. Like she does all the right things. She's good at it, and her performance isn't bad either. And then the scream, but that's not her fault. Like it's her voice.
They're strategic, you know, and one of the most annoying things about horror movies is when you've got a cast of characters that are all dumb, and nobody thinks beyond the initial, like, I'm gonna scream and run away, which maybe that's practical and real, but you want somebody to glom onto who is interesting, and you want to see them win, and you want to see her win. You want to see her survive. Yeah,
she does a good job with it. And the other thing I will say before we kind of move into like this, maybe some things we want to bring up. Like I said, we've covered this thing before. If you want to hear a more in-depth coverage, you can go back to the one we do in Freddy. We're more excited because it's our first time coming at it.
Jason.
Sorry, Jason. Sorry, Jason.
We're doing Freddy now.
Shush. They understand. It was really nice to see Robert Englund really dive in again. Like this felt like he was coming back at it. I mean, he had a long break between New Nightmare and this, but
9 years, I think. Was it
something like that?
2003 this came out.
Yeah. So it'd been a minute, but you could tell he was having a ton of fun again.
He was happy to be there to the point where you start thinking like, this is almost too exciting. but no, it's great because some of these movies you can tell he's like, okay, I'm here. Like I have to do this. I'll suck it up. He's having fun, and it makes it all the more better.
And I think the break helps him with that as well, because it's that kind of, it's, you know, you got to the point with, you know, throughout the 80s, he's doing these every 2 years at one point, every year at one
Probably every
point.
year he's on set, yeah.
Yeah, and I can feel, you can sort of see that a little bit. There's a little bit that burnout thing of like going, oh, come on, guys, can I play something other than this burnt, creepy child killer, please?
Yeah.
So having that break between the two, there is this kind of more sense of fun from his performance thing. Like, you know, you can see that he's having a lot of fun with it. Like, you know, just in like little throwaway reaction shots of him just kind of like, you know, just watching what Jason's done and just that kind of like, oh, that's gonna hurt.
I mean, I always go to that's great when he's like specifically with what's her name, Kelly Rowland. When she gets killed and just like that, she's just smack talking the shit out of it, and just the as soon as she gets hit, it's good stuff. I do still have that, like, I wish Kane Hodder was Jason in this. It would have been a little bit more fun, but okay, I can deal with it.
I mean, it's one of those things that you can kind of see where they were coming from with, like, the idea between, like, you know, Jason as this tank, essentially. So they wanted that contrast between, like, very tall and broad and everything like that. And so you got in Ken Kurtzinger, is that how you pronounce his name? And he's, like, nearly 7 foot tall or something ridiculous.
I mean, Kane's big, too, but this guy, I think, is taller. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But it's
I don't think Robert's that short a guy as well. So like to have to have someone who does like dwarf him quite a bit. You need someone who's like bigger in stature. But I do agree as well. I think, especially given, watching the Never Sleep Again documentary when they talk about this one a bit. They have Kane on it, and he kind of talks a little bit how he'd been pushing it a lot. Like a lot of fans have been asking him, when's it gonna happen, and he's like, oh well, we're kind of working on it, and then like I think he found out from the internet as well, which was really sucky.
Oh, that's
well.
no good.
They didn't even call him and let him know as well. It was that sort of thing of like, oh well, I guess they're going in a different direction now. Oh well, what a shame. But he'd been the one that had been really wanting, like really, really wanting to do it from.
Yeah, him and Sean, like they really wanted to happen. And it's like, it's a bummer, but it's like, it's been like 20 plus years at this point. Like I should allow myself to get over it a little bit, but I'm still just like, it could have been better.
It was Kane Hodder's hand in the Freddy glove in
I remember
Jason
in
9 as well. That comes through and pulls the mask down.
Well, because he and Robert are friends.
That kind of started it.
Yeah, so it's a bummer, but it is what it is. And it's New Line. New Line is the home of Freddy, not the home of Jason. Like, and I know Jason eventually was bought by New Line, but it was still like this is Freddy's house, so it kind of makes sense. Like Freddy's going to be the star, and they're going to do everything based around Freddy. And if Ken's a better fit for Robert's, physicality, then that's what it is. And it sucks, but what's anything else that we really want to talk about in this thing? Like, I know we've covered this thing so many times that we don't need to talk forever. We've covered the fight at the end ad nauseum, both the dream fight and the real fight. I like the real fight a lot more than the dream fight, although I do like everything of Laurie trying to save drowning Jason. I do like that sequence a lot. It's one of the freakiest I think Freddy's ever looked is in that sequence. He looks terrifying in that sequence.
He's got like almost like a devil look to him in that sequence. Like his burnt flesh is a bit more red. His ears are a bit more pointy. I think they did like something with his eyes as well.
His eyes, and I think his teeth
like
too.
Blue
like
contact lenses. Yeah.
Well, there's even the piece when they're in the van arguing who's going to give him mouth to mouth as well. And in the movie with a bunch of murder and stuff, that might be one of the grossest parts. Of
that's
movie.
Yeah. Where he's drowning in the back of the van.
Yeah. So.
And also, you can tell they've been smoking weed this whole time. If they're like, yeah, he's drowning in a dream, we should give him mouth to mouth. He's a fucking zombie, guys. Like, how dumb are you?
I just like as well how like they're trying to talk Kelly Rowland into giving him mouth to mouth as well, and like I know she doesn't actually end up doing it because like he wakes up some other way. But can you imagine if she had have saved his life only to get killed by him later on?
Be kind of rough, but also very Jason. Like that's don't get close. He will kill you.
Yeah,
it's just like don't touch the third rail. It will kill you. That's Jason. Don't get within machete swinging distance. Just don't.
And with the size of this Jason, that's like a square mile.
Yeah, you got a long way. Just steer clear. I really do like the final fight. I think the physicality of the stunt actors mixed with the actual actors, I think is great. It is very just like a Mortal Kombat fight. They should have died 15 times from all these wounds. They just keep not dying. Ends with fatalities, which is great. I'm a fan. It's a good time. But
the only thing I'll go back to is that, and I understand maybe based on who this movie originates from, it feels too even in the real world.
Oh,
in a lot of ways. Like Freddy gets the upper hand on Jason so much on that, and I understand he's kind of a spider monkey compared to this brute force thing, but like to me, Jason could grab him and rip him in half.
Yeah, and that's I kind of have that too, especially after watching all of these Freddy movies. Freddy gets beaten rather easily in most of his films. Jason does not. Taking Jason out at the end of the film usually ends with virtually everyone dead, and they got by the skin of their teeth or the fact that they just locked him in the water somehow.
Because Jason's a tank. This is the thing. Like Jason is this huge sort of force of nature tank thing. What Freddy has going for him isn't a physical presence. It's his personality, like the presence of personality in his sort of devious nature. And when you put brute force up against devious nature, you know, brute force is going to win.
Well, it does. But the real world stuff, the stuff that made most sense to me was talking about the tanks that he hits and they shoot off the rebar. That goes back to the sort of creativity and deviousness that you mentioned, Matt. I mean, the one-on-one fight should not be close, but him being resourceful and using the stuff around him made sense.
Yeah, and I agree that when the one-on fight, like the actual fisticuffs is happening, it is a little too close. I mean, in the same movie where we saw Jason literally cut a guy in half with one good swing from his machete, fighting Freddy should not be that difficult for him. But when he does, like when he gets
the same
out of
character in a different film, take 3 heads off with one swipe of the machete as well. Like, and his strength is ridiculous. Like he sticks a machete through a tree, like straight through a tree.
Now, all that said, it doesn't bother me too much that it is that close because again, it's a party. You want it to be a nice crescendo and end point, and if it was just 5 or 10 minutes of Jason pummeling him with his own hand, I don't know if that would be as entertaining.
No, but I still would have watched it.
Of course. Yeah.
Any other major highlights for this film we want to touch, or should we move into quotes?
I can't think of anything real. Like there is, whilst watching it, having the sort of the knowledge of the Nightmare films now has kind of like added to the experience a bit more. Yeah, it isn't really enough that we can really talk about it more. Like, you know, they talk about Hypnosil and we understand what that is more. Like, you know, that's a lot of the sort of stuff, and you have like, you know, the backstory there. You've got this, like, you know, these 2 people who are in a mental institution where it's kind of like, there's a little reference to 3. I like that. That's kind of cool as well. But it's more just of like having context, really. I don't think it adds to talking points.
No. It kind of fleshed out the movie more, and I can understand why I had like a lot of Freddy fans who really liked this movie. Yeah, going back to that girl Erin,
because it's a Freddy film.
Homecoming. Yeah, it's a Freddy film. She loved Freddy, so I get why she liked this movie so much. As a Jason fan, I remember going like, yeah, it was fine. Like it was a fun Jason movie, but it wasn't a Jason movie. That's why I felt that way.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a Freddy film with special guest star Jason Voorhees.
Exactly.
Like, it's, you know, it wouldn't have been. I don't think it would have been that much of a different film if it had been Freddy versus Michael.
No, I just
honestly, because like, it's very pigeonholey. You could just take that character out and swap in a different one.
Matt, the way you described that made me think of the intro of a sitcom where it'd be like featuring one person, and he's like the Steve Urkel of the sitcom template here.
Just like the Jason from like part 7 with the like, what did I just hear over there?
Yep.
Was that a person to kill? Oh shit! Look at that. And get you with my big circular blade and fold you in half. All right, we're gonna go with quotes.
He's gonna cut out all the best stuff.
All the best stuff. I've seen it though. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's gross. Good gross. I mean, we were robbed, man. All right, so
the head crushing where he just goes.
Oh my god, that's so good. Even like the big circular blade into the therapist in part 7, man, that's great. That's great. We really got robbed. All right, here we go. So my quotes. It's a very trailer line, but I'm okay with it. It's a Freddy line. I like the way Robert delivers it. He just beats the shit out of Jason, hits him with that big bouncing metal thing. Everything looks terrible, and he just looks at, why won't you die? Like, just that pure frustration. But I dig it. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Good delivery.
I'll go here. Oh, how sweet. You ugly little shit. Now there's a face only a mother can love.
That's a good one.
God.
So mean.
So mean.
We didn't talk about this moment that much, but the line kills me every single time just because of how ridiculous it is. Kia, he has asthma.
Ritter is so into this scene. Like, he is just like, whatever they're saying is the truth. Key has asthma. He's just so worried. When you had said the line was corny, I was really afraid you were about to say, got your nose. It's like that. I would have agreed, at least a little bit. All right, so we have covered Freddy vs. Jason. I was going to say, I can safely say we're probably never going to cover it on this channel or ATH ever again. But it keeps coming up, so maybe it will. This one random 2003 horror film that for some reason just keeps circling every conversation we have. Maybe it'll come back around for some reason. Probably not.
If it comes back around on the Alien versus Predator series we do, it's like, well, this is what started Alien versus Predator. Let's cover this again.
I'm not saying no. Yeah. We might later.
Okay, I am.
I mean, we could just say we're doing it. You have two sets of notes you could go back to. You don't even have to watch it.
That's true. Just like keep building on the like, just add one extra note each time.
I mean, there's that podcast, I don't remember what it's called, where they watch the same movie every day for a year just to see how it changes over that year. It was interesting for a little bit. I listened to it.
That sounds like torture.
It really does.
Depends on what the film is.
Every day for a year? Every day.
I could do that with some films.
Every day.
Yeah.
365 times in a row.
Yeah. What would be that movie to you?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I can do it with Terminator 2. I love Terminator 2.
Right. Well, I did it with Die Hard when I was like 14 or something. Like every day after school, I would watch.
14-year-olds are idiots. That doesn't count. Like, I mean, now, like.
Well, yeah.
I used to watch American Pie every single week when I was a teenager. Now I'm like, I can barely even stand the movie. Like, teenagers are idiots.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but you were a teenager. I know you weren't watching.
No, I remember when I was an idiot too.
Yeah,
I still am, but I remember when I was too.
Different brand of being an idiot when you're almost 40.
Yeah.
And any teenager who's watching like American Pie every day is not watching the whole film. They're watching like a 5-minute scene from that film every day.
I usually skip the nude scenes because I didn't care that much. I just liked the characters. I really got into the story of that movie. I know it's weird, but I really, really liked that movie. I tried to show it to my wife like 2 years ago. She never saw it. You never saw American Pie? Man, you got to see that thing. We're watching like, nah, you didn't have to see this. I'm sorry. We're still going to watch 2 and 3 though because we are completionists, but I'm sorry in advance for 2 and 3.
There's 4 of those things.
Oh, there are 4. Yeah. Well, there's actually way more than 4 if you count all the direct-to-DVD ones. There's a lot of American Pie, and most of it's garbage. But, whatever. See a future Binge Buddies series when we do all of American Pie.
I just want to say, like, are we talking about a future Binge Buddies series, potentially?
I don't think I could do it. We might go do the theatrical ones. That might be something worth visiting of, like, what the fuck was going on in America cinema when this was coming out. This was like the number 2 Rolling Stone that does a whole ad campaign. It's like, why American Pie? And it's like, that was a good question. And why do we get so obsessed with it? Anyhow, let's wrap this thing up.
See, I'd rather do the straight to DVD ones only, and just see how, how terrible that would be as an experience.
I saw 2 of them because I was an American Pie fan. How bad could they be? They were bad. And then I watched the first one. I'm like, that was woefully terrible. The next one will be better. It's not getting any better. Okay, I know what I'm watching now. I'm done. And I set it down. All right. I don't have a ton of plugs. The only plug I'm going to say this week is check out After the Hype on YouTube. We've been doing some fun episodes. Last night we recorded our unconventional Christmas movie recommendation episode, which was a ton of fun. Joel and Kelly were on that one, and then John from our After the Hype days was on that too. That's all my plugs. You guys got anything?
Just Super GG Radio. We've got by the time this is out, Game of the Year, end of year stuff. We do our best to get anybody who's willing to write a few pages to sort of share what their favorite gaming stuff was. So Bryan's is out by now, Brock and John, and then we have a bunch of guest people. So I've got time to delay and write it at the last minute. So
you have enough time to play Sekiro and make your list all about Sekiro.
You caught me, Bryan. That was the plan all along.
Now, what Joel's doing is the homework method. You wait till the very last minute, and then you do a half-assed job, and then you say my dog ate it.
No, that's my best work.
Matt, anything to plug?
Don't get a chest infection. They suck.
That's a solid plug. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for listening this week. This was a lot of fun. Even though we've covered this movie so many times, I'll watch it again. I know I'll watch it again. When you know a movie that well, you can just leave it on and have a good time. I just can't with a 6-year-old running around. But I'll find time again.
And guarantee
next
that
week.
I will never watch next week's episode.
Oh,
never
boy.
watch next week's film again.
Do we have a movie for next week? I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll leave it at this. Fuck.
Yeah, that sums it up.